Okay, so this video is supposed to serve as a guide for the manager's account and their abilities. So from once we log in, this is where we come to. If we're a manager, if the account you're logged in as is a manager, this is where we see it as we log in. Then we head over to generate bill. Let's look at some of the properties, some of the abilities of the manager. So this generate bill is also on the POS account, the POS device account, but there is an extra feature that the POS device does not have, which is custom service. All the services that were created will show up under services, but they won't get to use this custom service. So this custom service is meant to be is meant to serve as an option for you to add services that are not frequently used or services that come up and are irregular, and then you need to generate a particular specific figures for them so that they can be recorded. So for instance, the customer comes in and says they want rate, and it's not a service that you usually do, so you don't have a record for grades. So you can come in, generate from the manager's end, we generate the bill. Let's say we decided that grade should be 16,000 and we want to give a commission of 6,000 on that particular service. Keep in mind that this is not a consist, it will not show up again. It's, it's just for for this particular docket. We're adding grades. So let's add. So you can see it has been added, and then we can print. You can add multiple custom services. You can mix custom services with regular services, etc. So this has been generated. Cashier can go and confirm 0002 should have been created there. If you want to print, you can print from the POS device. Go with this particular ID and go to a print, and then you should be able to print out this. Let's head back home. That's for creating a bill. We're going to come back to report on approval. Let's look at shift summary. Shift summary basically just shows you all the shifts that have not been closed or cleared for that have not been reported on generally. You see all their details here on that shift summary, like the amount you are expecting each of the accounts, the cash expenses, total commissions, total expenses, everything shows up here. Let's head back home. For the IOUs, you come over here when you want to create an IOU, basically a loan to the employee. So they want an emergency came up and they need an urgent amount and it's not yet paid. You can decide to give them some money, and then you have to track it so that at the end of the day, in your um, in your um, payroll, your payroll printout, you can see all the details properly. So let's add an IOU. Then we can put the amount, who is it for, select the person from here. After selecting where the person is, if it's a commission staff, if it's a salary staff, commission staff, you can select from the commission staff. If it's a salary staff, you can select from the salary staff, put the amount. Now cash. Cash means you are taking them over to the cashier. Cashier is going to give them cash. So when you generate cash on the cashier's end, they see a prompt to disburse cash from the expense. So it will come show up as an expense on the end of the when they disburse the cash. But if there was another means through which the user was giving the user was giving the IOU, you can just pick other, and then description is optional, but it's best practice to put the description so that for record keeping sake, and then you create the IOU. So that's for IOU. Okay, so now let's talk about tips. So come tips. So for routine and inventory dashboard, separate videos will be sent for those ones. So for tips now here, because the cashier is supposed to track everything properly. So the tips will not be given out to the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, whichever one you determine, but you have a neat record of all the tips that were collected. Then you can hand it over to the specific employee that has the tip. So same thing with fines. Here you can generate fines. You want to keep track of all the records of all the fines so that at the end of the month or at the end of the payment period, when you generate your um, when you generate your payroll, you get every detail. How much are they owing you? How much will they find? All those things will be deducted so that you can see the exact amount you're supposed to pay them. For expense report, here you see the details of all the expenses that has occurred under your watch. So you can select, let's say you want to see for the last 30 days, click on apply filters. So you can see 9,000, you can see all the details of all the expenses. If I want a specific period, I can select custom range. I can go, let me say I want from the 1st of November to the 19th of November. And I click on apply and then filter. You can see no expense for that period. Let's head back home. So we've talked about expense. Now let's talk about payroll. So for payroll commission staff now, it is calculated dynamically, meaning as the commission staff, because you are paying them based on commission, as the commission staff are doing tax, doing services, each of these services have commissions attached to them. Services, the commissions are piling up. So at the end of, for instance, let's say you pay every 2 weeks. Let's go to custom order. Go from 1st to 15th, and then click on apply and then apply filters. So here you can see all the payroll for all the staff, commission staff. Right now on this demo, we have only one commission staff. If you had more, you see all of them that have a commission. Anybody that does not have commission won't bother showing up. So you can choose to either download. You can choose to either download the payroll. Maybe you want to add it over to somebody, or to print it. Okay, so that's for this. Let's head back home. So that's for commission staff. You see, because commission staff is specific, you can select specific range of for payment. And for payroll staff, use just monthly. All their additions, all their fines, all their IOUs show up here, and you can only navigate based on month. Since there's a strict, their salary earners, so it's a monthly salary payment. Okay. Daily reports. Here you can see a detailed breakdown of transactions and everything that's happened for the day. And select to get for a period of time, let's say last 30 days. You can get the exact figures for that particular period. Head back home. Now manage employees. Here you can add new employees, you can edit the employees to add their pictures. So let's say you wanted to add a picture for this person. So come here, add the picture, do all the necessary changes, update emergency contact, update next of kin contacts and the rest. So let's head back home. Now for manage timetable, in a case where you have multiple people in shifts, so for instance, Paul works on Monday but doesn't work on Tuesday, and you don't want Paul to come on Tuesday and be able to work, to do any transaction. You go to that particular shop, and then you go to edit, So you remove Paul. In this case now, let's remove guest from Monday. Guest attendant doesn't show on Monday evening. Let's put him back. In case there are many and you want all of them, just select all, save. So that's that. Head back home. As for manager attendance, for shift history, all the reports you submitted, you can see your history there. Leaderboard is same as the previous device, same with all the other ones. Now let's go to report approvals. So for report and approvals, here you can see details of all the shifts, all the cashier shifts that are open that need your attention. So for instance now, this one is imbalanced, meaning cashier tried to close the account and in the process of closing there was a mistake or there was an imbalance, something is not adding up. Now at this point the cashier only sees the error, they don't see a solution. They approach you as the manager, you only have the right to tweak and adjust properly. So let's go to view and clear shift. Now from here you can update, they feel this, but if they made a mistake, so for instance now instead of 6,000 they wrote something else, instead of transfer of 9,000 they wrote something else. So we can tweak that. So for instance now we know that it's not 19k, so let's say they made a mistake, they actually meant to write 9,000 but they wrote 19,000. Then for card 6,000. Okay, so let's try to close this account. Okay, so here we are going to let's arrange it properly because we had a tip of 4,000. That's how issues happening. Okay, we had a tip of 4,000, so so 10,000 was all we had in total for period. This I'm assuming there was an error while filling it on the cashier's end, so we are fixing the error. After confirming all the details, we fix it. But if there was no error, we found out that there's an actual shortage, we click on clear account and then we clear the account without fixing the issues. So let's finalize instead since okay. So, okay, so the account has been cleared, has been like balanced. So we can now proceed to clear the account, meaning we've checked everything on fine. Okay, so we clear the account. So once we're done clearing the account, we can proceed to write the report because we need to write this report so that this account can be cleared finally. So let's proceed. So we'll say so this report goes straight to the admin when we submit. Click on submit. Or then so admin now gets report, it means our books are closed for the day. We can proceed to other things. So since our books are closed and fully functional, no issue. That is the end of shift. The new cashier or that same cashier can now start receiving payments, fresh payments again. So that's basically that for the manager.